Hey everyone, I hope that you're doing well, your Tuesday is going well. Today is the beginning of Unit 5, so I just wanted to check in with you. Please, as always, let me know whenever you have questions or concerns or need any help with anything. You can get me through email or text message or on Twitter. I think most of you have figured out your preferences and best ways for contacting me at this point. Keep the questions coming, keep working hard. I've been really happy with the way that things are going, with the conversations we've been able to have in multiple locations in our course on New Mexico's past. Unit 5, we're going to be thinking about the final arrival of statehood. In many ways, that was an anticlimactic event. I'll leave it to you to think about whether or not you agree with that, why I might say that, and what issues New Mexico still faced and faces once statehood was finally achieved. Also, I've kind of framed that period in our history in combination with the Mexican Revolution, not only because those two things were going on simultaneously. So the revolution began in 1910, statehood was finally achieved in 1912. The U.S. joined the World War I effort on the Allies side in 1917. All of those things meant something for New Mexicans. Once again, their loyalty was questioned. Once again, they sought to assert a hyphenated identity through what, as you'll read about, some scholars have referred to as cultural citizenship, by emphasizing their Spanish-American heritage. And so it's important for us to think about as we study things like cultural citizenship, the Spanish-American identity construct, and the debate over the use of language in schools, right? So that was something leading up to statehood. The conversation about Spanish was very much on the table, even if people like Albert Beveridge very racistly treated it as though speaking Spanish was somehow a form of treason. Yet, for Native Americans, that conversation, that debate wasn't even happening. Instead, those people were being forcibly assimilated through boarding schools. And we've seen in the news in recent months, just how detrimental those boarding schools were. The goal was assimilation. The goal, as we read from that quote by Pratt, was to kill the Indian, save the man, quote unquote. Again, horribly racist, horribly out to kill the actual culture of indigenous peoples. And in many cases, those people did die themselves. I mean, they were put through a horrible trauma. They experienced grief, they experienced loss as they were being forced to assimilate into what was deemed mainstream white American culture. So, we're studying things that have very deep resonances with us right now. So please keep that in mind as we work through Unit 5. Reach out with questions. Do remember that during Unit 5, the long list or the bibliography of your sources is due. What that means is you need to find the number of sources that you need, and it's good to go beyond that with this first long list, just to make sure you have a good amount of sources for the final annotated bibliography on Adobe Spark. You need a primary source on your topic. You need 2 academic secondary sources. Those are sources that are peer-reviewed. They're journal articles or books published by university presses. You need at least 3 other secondary sources and social media sources. I threw that in just so that you could see whether or not people on social media, whether Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever it is, whether they're talking about your topic or not. So your answer to that one might be, I didn't really find any social media sources on my topic, or I found social media sources and wow, they were way out there in left field, saying things that didn't make any sense compared to what academic sources are saying about my topic. That's the kind of thing that I was thinking about there by having that be part of the assignment. So hopefully that helps. Please do let me know if you have any questions, concerns, comments, and I hope that you're having a good Tuesday.